He was an electrician. He almost retired before the tournament even started. And by the time it was over, he'd gone from 50,000 Instagram followers to more than 20 million. This is the story of Vozinha, the 40-year-old goalkeeper who turned Cape Verde's fairytale World Cup into his own. His real name is Josimar Jose Evora Diaz. Born June 3rd, 1986, in Mindelo, on the island of São Vicente, Cape Verde. He didn't grow up with his parents. His father was away doing military service. His mother had to work, so he was raised by his grandparents. And that's actually where the nickname comes from. Vozinha means little voice in Portuguese, a name his grandparents gave him as a kid, one that stuck with him for the rest of his life. Before football paid the bills, Vozinha worked as an electrician. He didn't turn fully professional until his mid-20s, late by football standards. His career took him through Cape Verde, then Angola, Moldova, Portugal, Cyprus, and Slovakia, grinding it out mostly in lower and mid-tier leagues, never anywhere near the spotlight. By 2026, he was 40 years old, playing second division football in Portugal for Chaves, and about to become the oldest outfield story of the entire World Cup. Cape Verde had never been to a World Cup before. They're the smallest nation ever to qualify. Nobody expected them to do anything but make up the numbers in Group H alongside Spain, Uruguay, and Saudi Arabia. Then came match day 1, Cape Verde against European champions Spain. And Vozinha stood on his head. 7 saves, a full clean sheet, and a result that stunned the football world. A scoreless draw against a team ranked 2nd in the world, with Cape Verde ranked 67th. Statistically, one of the most shocking results in World Cup history. He followed it up with a battling draw against Uruguay, then another clean sheet against Saudi Arabia. Enough for Cape Verde to finish 2nd in the group and reach the knockout stage in their very first World Cup appearance. That set up a round of 32 clash against the defending champions, Argentina and Lionel Messi. Cape Verde nearly pulled off the impossible. They equalized twice and dragged Messi and company into extra time before finally falling 3-2. Vozinha made 8 saves in that game alone, including a genuinely miraculous stop on a Messi free kick. By the end of the tournament, he'd made 18 saves total. Only 2 goalkeepers aged 40 or older have ever made more in a single World Cup. Peter Shilton in 1990 and Dino Zoff in 1982. Vozinha now sits 3rd on that list, all time. Here's the number that really tells the story. Before the tournament, Vozinha had around 46,000 followers on Instagram. Within weeks, that number blew past 20 million. Some reports put it even higher, north of 28 million. Fans everywhere fell in love with the story. A 40-year-old journeyman who'd worked as an electrician, who'd almost hung up his gloves, living out a childhood dream at the very last possible moment. Brazilian influencers picked him up and pushed his fame even further. He became, briefly, the most talked about player at the entire World Cup. Goals or no goals, purely for standing between the posts and refusing to let the fairy tale end early. So where does a 40-year-old free agent go after becoming a global star overnight? Right before the World Cup, his contract with Chaves had already expired. His manager there said publicly he believed Vozinha's next chapter probably wouldn't be in Chaves colors. And that turned out to be true. He entered the tournament and finished it without a club. And now the offers are rolling in. Portuguese outlet Record reported strong interest from Inter Miami. Yes, the club with Lionel Messi, the very man Vozinha nearly denied a World Cup upset just weeks earlier. Transfer insider Fabrizio Romano confirmed Vozinha has multiple concrete proposals on the table, including from Brazil's second division, with more expected to follow. Vozinha himself has said, in his own words at a FIFA Legends event, that he's a free agent looking for the right project, and he's even said he wouldn't rule out a move to Brazil, given how much love he received from Brazilian fans during the tournament. Whatever comes next, MLS, Brazil, or somewhere nobody's even mentioned yet, one thing's clear. At 40 years old, in what most people assumed would be the final act of a quiet career, Vozinha didn't just play in a World Cup. He turned it into a brand new beginning. From electrician to national hero to one of the most searched names of the entire tournament. That's the Vozinha story. If you enjoyed this, Subscribe for more World Cup breakout stories and let me know in the comments, where do you think Vozinha ends up next?